Yo, 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 it's your boy Pierre Bourne, aka Yo Pierre, you wanna come out here? I'm in the trap with Sarah Harrison, and we just did some great stuff.
Lady in the trap, yeah, the ladies get in the trap with their fellas and they hold them down, and she one of them, you know what I mean? She one of the girls gonna hold you down. You smell me? You feel that, don't you? Feel that, don't you?
Perfect guest to have with me in the trap. Pierre Bourne was
trap.
good.
I'm good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Finally. I've been the one that's hitting you up and been like, yo, send me the clean version.
Yeah, I remember.
That's me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Always, it's fine, man. I've been really banging that TLOP for.
Okay.
Well, the life of Pierre, your fans would know it as the TLOP series. So it started as a mixtape series, and now eventually we have the album release at number 4. Does that actually bother you when people say, oh, it's a mixtape, now it's an album? Because really?
No, everyone has their own, what is the word? Interpretation of it. So whether they think it's a mixtape or album or a body of work or art, it's whatever they want it to be.
But I hear artists complaining all the time, it's like the stigma of this pressure of delivering an album.
But if I was to paint something and present it to like the world, I can't get mad at their opinions and the way they criticize it.
Yeah, essentially the only difference is you're monetizing off of it, right? Which is the goal.
If I painted something, I will probably monetize off my paintings too. So I'm just saying, like, I can't be mad at everyone else and their opinions about it. I think the hardest part is putting it out and being comfortable with what I'm putting out. So once it's out, I'm not gonna be mad.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you've kept consistent on all of them is this formula, which instantly made me gravitate towards your work, which is this seamless transitions between the songs.
Yeah.
So, whether it's like a key change, whether it's a tempo change or both, it really feels like it's one whole piece. And I'm really curious as to what made you do that, what inspired you?
I just want my music to be different than everyone else's, so I just had to think of something else, because at first it was my beats. Nobody had my beats, and then Carti got on the beat and made everybody copy the beats. So now I was just like, I had to do something else. But then I remembered no one was doing the transitions from each song, so I noticed I did it on my Hack My Instagram song, the part 1 and part 2, but after everything started going crazy, I just didn't have enough time to really sit back and pay attention to my strengths and my I guess what makes my stuff different from everyone else's. So once I was done with the project, I was like, I gotta blend them all together. Like that's like my sound if I continue doing it. Cause I talked to Rocky about it before, not with the transitions, but with people copying my beats. And he was like, the minute I stop making beats like that, then I'm erased.
Right.
But if I keep making beats and keep just pushing my sound, then it will always be my sound. But if I get mad at everyone copying it and then I switch it up, then everybody's just gonna forget who originated it. So I definitely listened to him when he told me that, and I was like, you're right.
Ah, so Rocky was the inspiration behind that, kind of
not
the fuel.
really inspiration, but he's like my big bro, so I ask him for advice. He's been in the game for a while. He know the do's and don'ts. He rarely drops music, so he knows how to do this career thing. So that's like a good example of someone who I get a couple gems from every now and then. But I don't blow his phone up for stuff. But we were just having a conversation about it, and he was just like, don't be like everybody else who gets mad and switches their style up.
Right.
Because then it's forgotten that you came up with the style.
This is it. You solidified your trademark sound from the get-go. And it's funny, I saw it on your feed. You quote tweeted someone saying, Pierre Bourne has basically dictated the sound of the industry, which is how we know it now. And you said, since 2017, no cap. Yeah,
since 2017, before Carti's album, the self-titled Playboi Carti album, before that, music didn't sound the way it sounds now. It's proof. It was like Magnolia and wokeuplikethis, and the rest of the music that was on his album created a ripple effect in the world, and everyone just copied after.
Yeah.
So a lot of the new songs or whatever, or whenever something comes out, I just hear something that we did previously that's embedded in that song that's new. So it's like, even if we don't...
The Roddy Ricch album?
No, I didn't even listen to Roddy Ricch album.
Yeah, well,
but
I'm saying it transitioned like the tempo.
Some people told me like, yeah, I think they did transitions on there too.
Yeah.
So. But everybody knows I did transitions on TLOP 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. You actually...
we're on TLOP 4.
Yeah.
It came out 2019. I started TLOP series in 2015, going into 2016. So it's just everyone's starting to catch on. So it's cool. Like, I don't be mad when people mimic or copy or imitate, but I do appreciate when people notice, like, oh, they got it from your stuff. Oh.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, a lot of people's stuff is paid attention to more than mine, and they copy me. So that's what I have to deal with. That's the only thing that's probably like whack, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well,
as long as I know that I'm still true to myself, I don't care. It is what it is.
Well, what's testimony of that is that if you go on YouTube and type beat, you're the first. You rank #1 as a producer. Now, does that feel like it changes the musicianship in the music industry these days? Because before you had to really craft something from nothing, but now it feels like there's... Before
it was Pierre type beats, it was 808 Mafia type beats, Metro Boomin type beats, Southside type beats. Like,
what's your take on all of that?
It's been going on. Like, I'm just part of, I guess, the new shit, the new generation of type beats. But when I was in high school and when Lex Luger came out, this is literally the exact same thing.
Right.
I'm like literally going through exactly what he went through, but he stopped. He probably let it get to him. Everyone copying him. A lot of rappers started signing producers when Lex Luger came out. They just signed anyone who knew how to use Fruity Loops. Like, but they weren't Lex Luger.
The business in that.
Yeah, but all those producers aren't relevant now. Not one of them. So that's why I'm not fazed by people who copy me, because they're gonna have to continue to copy the rest of their career. But me, all I gotta do is think of something else.
Yeah.
So
my gripe with that is, though, you know, back in the day when you create an album or when you create anything, you literally started from nothing. But now people can go and make a photocopy of something. So we're kind of dwindling our creativity by doing that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. It's like no one's really thinking for themselves. They're just they're just playing it safe. They're like, oh, this worked. I got this that sounds like this, so I can make it similar to this, and it's the rapper's fault that rap on the Pierre type beats instead of calling me. Like, they're furthering that. The more artists that get on beats that sound like mine and don't contact me, they're influencing everyone else to make them kind of beats. Because they're like, well, we can't get Pierre, but if you can make a Pierre type beat, I'll rap on yours instead. That's literally what's going on in the industry right now. Yeah. Because they cheap.
Messes up the ecosystem.
No, they cheap. Everybody cheap. Nobody want to pay up. Yeah. That's what it is, though. It's a business. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, the advantage with you is that you've never really relied on anyone. You've always been this triple threat. People know you as a producer. You are an artist and an engineer. That's like the hat that you wore to even get started in this game. So we know we know the professional life of Pierre, but I want to know the personal life of Pierre in terms of, like, what kind of changes have you gone through? How have you evolved as a person from 2016 when you first dropped your stuff to 2020, and even focusing on that transition when, you know, Magnolia popped onto the scene? I'm sure that was like a big pivotal point. So what's your personal life been like?
I guess my I guess some people would say my personal life is pretty boring. I don't do shit, man. I watch cartoons at the house, watch TV. I just like to take a break from all this craziness, because, like, even before this tour, like, I knew I was going on a Europe tour since, like, September last year. So I went on tour with Little Tekka and in the U.S. So we did the U.S. run out there from, like, the end of October to the middle of November. So since then, I was just at the house, just enjoying being home, enjoying my bed, enjoying my space, just my peace, because, like, since the tour started, I haven't had a break. And then when did we start tour? February 6th. Well, I think that's when I left the house. And it's just been nonstop every day. So I'm not complaining about it, but I had to mentally prepare myself for all of this because I knew it was gonna be overwhelming. I knew I probably won't get enough sleep. I know I probably won't be as comfortable as I am at home, but this is what I wanted. So
that's right.
I think my personal life is just me balancing the industry, really just trying not to let it consume me, but also still be eager to work, because I can sit at home and then get complacent and get lazy and then get too comfortable. So I'm glad I was able to come out here and do this Europe tour, because I was at home for a little bit too long.
Well, that's the producer side of you,
yeah,
right?
and that's what I'm starting to notice, that I'm just very different than most people. Like, I can't hang around producers. I just can't.
Really? That's it. I actually.
I'm not, like, I'm part of that. Like, I'm not them completely. I'm more. So, like, when I'm around them, it just gets boring after a while. It's like, all right, I don't feel like talking about beats anymore.
That's right.
Like,
you're
can we
in
go
artist
do?
mode.
Yeah.
You want to put melodies down, do everything.
And I think that was my problem, was that I blew up as a producer, and nobody understood that I was an artist. So I would be frustrated all the time because I just couldn't do my shows and see my fans and just get out there and understand what it means to be a true artist. Now I'm learning. Like, this tour is really showing me who I am in the world, because I'm going from this place to this place and this place, and people know me. But at home, I was just at home on the internet putting stuff out. So you have to get outside.
No, of course. But being that studio rat for such a long time and having that foundation training ground, which you developed like mostly in Atlanta, right? Was there ever a time when the artist in the booth or someone shunned on you, was like, stay in your lane kind of thing, and never let you break through as an artist? Because you know Sir, the singer, he used to be an engineer for like quite a prominent artist, and he said he literally had to get up and leave one day and
That's
quit.
what I did. I just quit. I didn't even know I was quitting. I just quit. Like, but I was engineering for Epic Records in Atlanta for like a year and a half. It was like my most official job ever. Like,
militant, quite, you know.
Nah, like, they had all my paperwork, like tax information. Like, it was a real job. It wasn't like an engineering job. You get paid hourly and then you leave. Like, it was legit. So that's why I stayed so long. And it kind of like hindered me, because I thought it was gonna lead me to like a label deal or a record deal or a better situation, but because I was engineering so much, I never got to really show people like, oh, no, I could do this, no, I could do that, because I was recording someone all day.
This was with Nudie mostly, right?
No. See,
this was
Nudie,
just any art?
See,
like,
I was working for Epic Records. Nudie
so
has
session,
no
basically.
ties to Epic Records. I had the studio 24 hours because I lived in there. So when I was done working my sessions, did my sessions from noon to 2 a.m. Then I would call Nudie and tell him, the studio's clear, you can come over here. So that was what got me out of my situation a little bit, but I still needed to do a little bit more. Yeah. So, yeah, being in that studio, seeing how like, I would put out my music and put out Nudie stuff, and I just saw how we didn't get as much, like, support from my peers in the studio. That's what made me leave. That's definitely what made me leave.
Well, Sli'merre with Nudie was dope, and February 24th is around the corner. He's been teasing anyways. Have you got a part to play in that?
I probably don't, to be honest.
Come on.
I'm being honest. I probably don't.
You'll just
That's my brother, man. That's my brother. Like, we working on music. We'll have some more stuff. We just gave y'all a whole project, and y'all slept on it. So, yeah, y'all gonna have to wait for some more. Definitely gonna have to wait for some more Nudie and Pierre, because we've spoiled everybody. So.
Well, I see your lives, and it's always the same questions from your fans. When's Carti gonna drop? When's Nudie gonna drop? It's the same stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's the same stuff.
But I saw you yesterday on your live, and you said something like you might rework some of your old TLOP stuff.
No, I meant, it's not even TLOP. I've been making music since I was a little kid. I have all my files. I have all my beats. I have everything still. Like, I went to engineering school to learn how to mix my own stuff, and then I ended up getting a job and all this crazy stuff started happening. But I did not go to engineering school to be like, all right, I'm gonna be an engineer in this studio and I'm gonna play it for Future or something. I'm gonna play this beat and I'm gonna blow up. Like, no, I went to engineering school just to figure out how to mix and master my stuff, because that's the only thing people would say as a kid. They would be like, but is it mix and master? Like, I'll play on my music. Like, everybody, that's the only thing they would say, is it mix and master? And I never knew what that meant because I was a kid.
Yeah.
So once I figured out, oh, it's just this, that, and I was just like, I'm gonna go to school for it, because I kind of was already learning it, but I was teaching myself.
Yeah.
So once I got to school, they told me like the right terms for each button that we would click and the knobs and all that stuff. So I understood the language of everything afterwards, and that helped.
So Icy Boys.
Yep.
What can you tell us about that?
Southside. Southside gave me this chain. I don't have shit to do with So Icy Boys.
Oh, have
honest.
you not? With Gucci? Nothing. It's just literally a gift.
Southside gave me this chain. Him and Carti, they gave
Right.
me this chain. Shit, man. I felt like I never had to buy another chain. Like, I got this one for free.
Yeah.
I bought this on my birthday, maybe like a year and a half later, just on a birthday present, but like the necklace.
Okay.
But I'm not into like all that stuff. A lot of artists are into blowing their money on jewelry, cars, clothes, girls, flights, jets. Shit's stupid.
It's too much.
It's cool. They do it to make the fans eat it up, but other than that, they know their pockets hurt. I know. I be seeing it. So everybody's rap game's cap. A lot of the industry's cap. That's one thing I've learned.
Right.
That's why I'm able to balance it, because I don't fall for all of this stuff people see on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of those clickbait persons on Instagram, shade room. Like, I don't watch none of that stuff. I kind of learned that stuff is annoying if you're actually in it. Like, if you're actually around the people that the rumors are about, it gets weird. Because you're on your phone, you're like, damn, what happened? And they right next to you. That's kind of fake. It's like, why don't I just ask? Like, hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like, I don't need to be seeing what's going on the shade room or whatever drama, the academics pages. I don't pay attention to that stuff, because I'm really like a part of this.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch.
Well, finally, the Try Again video just dropped, right?
Yes.
You planning to shoot anything else while you're in Europe?
To be honest, I haven't shot anything. I've been thinking about coming back. Like, I know Harry Potter, they shot it out here. I gotta do something about that.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But I know it's some better spots like further out, like a couple hours away and stuff. So I definitely will have to come back, because I did a Harry Potter song, I think on TLOP 2, yeah. And I have a part 2.
Dope.
So I definitely wanna shoot that.
I heard you wanted to shoot in Dracula Castle. Is that
See,
right?
Carti brought that shit up. He was like, you're in Europe.
Romania.
You gotta go to I forgot what he said.
Transylvania or something?
Oh yeah, I was like, what? He's like, bro, you gotta go there, Transylvania. I'm like,
It's a dope location.
I feel it. I'll look it up. But I'm not into like vampire and Dracula stuff. Like, as a kid, I like the cool stuff. I like the stuff that made me smile. Nothing scary, nothing demonic, none of that. No skulls, none of that. Like, so me and Carti, that's the only difference.
He's a bit more wacky and.
Nah, he into the other stuff.
All right.
Like, he's showed me, like, even with fashion stuff, like, where I come from, I never had nothing. So I never really cared for all this stuff that everyone cares for. So now that I'm seeing it, like, at first, like the first year, I was buying a lot of clothes. Like, just, I need this. Or I need this. It's rare.
You had the
it's
cash
one
flow.
of one. Like, you know what I mean? They done got me. So after a while, it's like, I wasn't on the road. I wasn't doing any shows. I have so many clothes just in my closet. It didn't make sense. So I kind of just slowed down doing all that stuff. But yeah, he's definitely fashion savvy. He know about a lot of stuff early. He gave me like my first Palm Angels. It's like a checkerboard or checker flag on the side. He gave it to me like before it was like a thing. He was like, man, watch, all these rappers gonna be wearing it. And I was like, you sure? I'm looking at it like, I mean, it looked like everything else. He's like, nah, big bro, watch.
That's crazy.
I started seeing everybody wearing it. I'm like, and that was 3 years ago.
Wow.
3 years ago. So that's one thing he showed me, that we can really set the tone, whether it's music, fashion. Man,
Always.
We trendsetters at the end of the day. And that's one thing I learned over the past couple of years, that we are trendsetters.
Yeah, don't lose sight of that. And to answer questions, fan, then TLOP, you're going to have a TLOP fan? 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on that now. I've been trying to find studios on the road. It's been kind of tough, but...
Oh, we can help you with that.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime. Well, thanks for sitting in the trap.
No problem. Thank
Pierre
you.
Bourne.
Thank you.